Make sure all of my things are. Yep, here we go. Welcome. All right, we're going to do some cool shit tonight. Some really cool shit. Shit that is going to make some people probably a little bit uncomfortable. But it's kind of the nature of the game, fam. Making people uncomfortable is what gets views, is what gets clicks. And if you don't like it, I don't really know what to tell you because I don't like it either. And it's one of those things of like, you're going to hate the player or you're going to hate the game. And it doesn't really matter which one you do. It doesn't really matter to me which one you do. But that is kind of that's the name of the game. Can't beat them, join them. If you can't beat them, join them. I thought as a kid that was like maybe like a taboo thing or not like a good thing, but honestly, if you can't beat them, join them has done very well for me. Miguel, what up? What up?
So Daniel,
I'm gonna make sure I have the right fucking Zoom link open. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Why is this so slow?
yeah, it just hit 2 million, and I got like
2 million views.
I got like some odd 300 followers from it. Yeah,
Nice. How does that feel?
good, dude. I'm getting close to 4K, and it just keeps going up. So I'm looking forward to that milestone.
Sometimes, getting a reel to pop is like will rejuvenate you, big time.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I'm feeling that right now.
Yep. Good. All right, and tell me more. What about what we talked about, the peptide stuff? Ooh, I said the word.
You did.
Call the cops.
I haven't taken any action on that yet. For no reason at all besides like I don't know what happened. Yesterday I went out with a girlfriend and we went like bowling and watched a movie and shit like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna start that up like tomorrow. Yeah, more than likely tomorrow because it's 9 over here, and then in the morning I gotta wake up to go to that job, the PC job I'm having.
All right.
But I'm gonna take action on it.
But
I'm gonna take action on it.
Yeah, the thoughts there.
Yeah. And I have notes for it written down on what I'm gonna focus on.
The idea is there. I think it's a good opportunity. I'm gonna elaborate just so that I can have my recording pick all this up about what we talked about in person the other day. So currently, your branding for your peptide company is Miami Beach, right? Get in the best shape of your life, lose weight, feel like a sexy Miami tan person.
Exactly.
Something like that, right?
Right.
But your story, the life that you're living right now. Oh, I didn't even realize my camera's off. My bad. The life that you're living right now is not one of that, where you're surrounded by a bunch of people that want to just look good and aesthetic and looks max and do the whole. I mean, like the pinnacle of looks maxing is Miami. They're all there. They're all there doing fucking bone smashing and making. I think it's fantastic. I'm all for it. Go shoot your shot on your thing there. I'm all about making yourself look better and feel better and perform better. So like you're in that scene, right? And the peptide scene is big in that community, and so everyone's pushing aesthetics. Everyone is pushing aesthetics, and what did we talk about? That it's the easiest thing to do is to go in the same direction as everyone else, but it's also the easiest way to just get overlooked. Anyone who's pushing peptides is pushing it for aesthetics, weight loss, look better, and I'm talking like specifically in your place, right? Miami community, your community, looks maxing, all that shit, right?
100%.
So the only thing that you need to do to be different is stand up and go the opposite fucking direction.
Right. Yeah, you said that.
And the opposite direction for you is to actually go back to what you ran away from, which is what makes the whole thing fucking ironic, right? Elon Musk says the most entertaining outcome is usually the most likely. So, if you guys don't know, Corey, you don't know, Miguel is from a traditional Mexican family in California. If you don't know much about traditional Mexican culture, they never want you to leave. They want you at arm's distance at all times. If you go stay in their house and get married and have grandkids and then take care of them and they die and then you guys stay in that whole fucking Adobe 4-bedroom house, you live there forever. You make tamales on Christmas and you just do the Mexican thing. I think it's fantastic. I grew up in that culture. I wasn't Mexican, but I grew up on a border town, saw the whole thing happen. And Miguel decided that he wasn't going to do that. And so at 21 years old, he got up and what did you do, dude? You did the opposite of everyone in the Mexican culture does. You got up and you went the opposite fucking direction. Literally, you went to the East Coast, you went to Miami to go live in the city, to go live on your own and not do the traditional Mexican culture thing. Okay? And now you're in this position of, well, I need to make money. How do I do it? And you've chosen the peptide route. I think it's a fantastic route to go. It's going to be profitable. I'm glad Patrick Olson is jumping into this. And so what we decided that would be a really good idea for Miguel to do is to not push the peptides toward looks maxers, to people that want to improve their aesthetics, but instead push them back to the people that he left. The people literally dying of type 2 diabetes. The people that are like getting their feet cut off. They have fucking, bed sores because they're so overweight. Like, those are the people that honestly are going to have the most benefit from these things. You're going to get the best testimonials from these things because the things are going to be super dramatic, right? You're going to get quality of life testimonials instead of just beauty testimonials. You're going to literally help people live longer. And you get to make content by doing the whole Mexican culture thing. And you can do it in a funny way where you can what's the word? Leverage the Mexican stereotypes. That's going to be hilarious. What it's like growing up in a Mexican family, and all your buddies from back home are going to be like, "That's fucking hilarious. That's exactly what that's like," right? And you're going to start to get to this. You're going to start to get to this place with your content where people are watching it because they relate with the information and the stories that you're telling. I grew up in a Mexican family. You showed me a picture. You don't look anything like them. You don't look anything. You look like Corey in a like a African American family. It just doesn't make any sense, right? So from the get go, you were already this like outlier, and so you got up, you moved to Miami, you're doing something different, and now you're coming back to help the people you left. They are gonna fucking love you, dude.
Yeah, no, you said it. You hit the nail on the head, and that's exactly what I was kind of like striving towards now. There's so many people that are introduced to the peptide world, and they happen to be Mexican or like any Latin culture that I know growing up, like fucking neighbors and stuff like that. They learn about it, and to them, it's like absolute treasure. They don't know what peptides are, but they know that Reddit works.
Yep.
And shit like that. So like, I know there's so many more people, specifically in SoCal, people that I know, family members, whatever, that are interested in stuff like that. So like, yeah, for me to like niche down, like Patrick said, I think that's exactly it. So when you told me that, yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, niche. You can use that word if it makes you feel good. You could call it a niche. I call it a target audience, right? You know the exact people that you want to help. You've identified that exact person. And then the way you're going to get there is by making relatable content to that exact person. If you have 3 overweight uncles, then your content needs to be about the things that your 3 overweight uncles would laugh about or would say, "Oh yeah, that's me." And you don't want to push the like you don't want to push the pain button right away. So when I was when I was in Turkey, people smoke cigarettes, and there's cigarette boxes all over the place, and on the cigarette boxes there's like pictures of like aborted fetuses and kids born with like fucking alcohol syndrome and their heads all fucking swollen, like these like graphic fucking images, and people just sit there and fucking smoke the cigarettes, no problem. I don't know why I said alcohol, it was for cigarettes, but whatever. Like basic like deformities and people like losing half their jaw to fucking cancer, like it's on the cigarette box. They don't fucking care. So you don't need to push on the pain button. What you need to push on is the relatable button. And humor is like the easiest way to do that, or food, right? So you take those things and you weave them into what you're doing. And what's going to happen is you're going to start to, like, dude, if you did this probably won't be targeted, like your three overweight uncles, if we're going with that, probably won't do this. But once you start like making more content about that, and then you start doing traditional like you start doing cooking videos of traditional Mexican dishes, but with better macros so that you don't become diabetic, like that, maybe not to them, they probably won't do that. Like it's really hard to get your family members to fucking do anything, but the people that are watching it would be like, oh man, that is a good idea. I do want to make pozole like that this Christmas. Like, I didn't even realize it, it looks like it tastes the same. Like that's pretty cool. Now I can eat it guilt free, right? So like that kind of, those are the kind of people you're also going to attract. Okay. And it's not the niche. You can call it a niche, I guess, but it's Miguel. You are the niche. Miguel, the dude from the Mexican family, you can't fucking change that, dude. So you might as well leverage it to your advantage. You know so much about it. You know everything about it. You even speak fucking Spanish. You can even do reels about like proper Spanish and Mexican Spanish, right? Like this is what it said. This is what we meant, right? Stuff like that. Yeah. I know that shit. I used to happen to me all the time. We'd be me and my friends would run around talking, and then all of a sudden they start talking to each other in Spanish. I'm like, all right, motherfuckers, I know what you're talking. I know what you're saying, but. But yeah, dude, you've lived that. And that's for everyone listening too. Corey, Patrick, Austin. Like, whatever you have lived your whole life, if you make content about that shit, it makes everything so much easier because it makes you so much more relatable. And the community that you build is literally just a bunch of people that look and act like you.
I wanted to add to that because I just had a huge discussion about that with my, I have a business coach as well, and pretty much nailed this. You want to kind of get away from the peptide content because peptide content is literally just like the informational shit is just going to get you the garbage people that just want peptides. Like I love this idea because it gives me an idea of what direction I want to go into, and I have a different story. But I would even try making some content in Spanish because if that content hit incredibly hard, I think it could be killer and huge for you.
Spanglish.
Hell, whatever.
If you did it in Spanglish, you're gonna get everyone.
Dude, do a trial reel. Do a trial reel in Spanish. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Talking about peptides, or like, what do you think? What in specifics of Spanish?
No, do not talk about peptides. I'm telling you, get away from the peptides.
Yeah.
Talk about like the better macros with the meals, like Daniel was saying. I think that would hit so hard. But talk about, are you coaching or not? Because I'm talking with you later, so I'll get into that because I think you should get into some type of coaching.
If you have any desire to help people with fitness or diet or lifestyle or life coaching or whatever, if you do the content based off of your life and in your language, like you're gonna have an endless flow of clients, endless. And if just like we've been talking to Patrick, and if you are smart, you'll do the online content because that's necessary. But the local community, man, the local community is underrated. Big time. You're walking through the grocery store. When you're walking through the grocery store, I want you to, or wherever you're at, right? I want you to start looking for people that you could potentially help. What do they look like? What do they look like? And then if you have the courage to go talk to them, go talk to them. What I would do, though, is wait till they get to their car and see if they have a nice car or not. Then you'll know if they have money to spend. That's a little side tactic there. But yeah, dude, the local community is a sleeper. Your apartment complex, man. There's probably people inside your apartment complex you could help.
Definitely.
They're all at the fucking little community dog park over there.
Yeah, no, and they're all Russian, so there's a few outliers of English or Spanish speaker that I could definitely go for them.
The Russians, yes.
Dude, remember I told you?
Meet up with the Russians. They got something going on. You can
100%.
you can be their translator. All right,
I'll light 'em up.
Patrick, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, I was going through it for the past couple of days because, you know, my business coach was like, you got to switch it up with this like informational peptide crap. And I was like, I agree with you. And, you know, you're giving me some direction and making me think. I mean, I used to be an office worker. I was an office worker for like 16, 17 years. So that's an avenue I could go. I like playing, you know, certain types of games. Like I used to play Magic. I play Warhammer. Like that's an avenue I could go, or I could just talk about all of that and then just, you know, talk about, you know, I could make certain dishes like, hey, here's a macro friendly dish or whatever for, you know, to help you lose weight. But, you know, and I was the fat guy. You know, some people were skinny and then got jacked. I was fat and then, you know, I wouldn't call myself particularly jacked now, but I guess a normal person would call me jacked, but that's my particular story. I was an office worker that lost a bunch of weight, quit my job, went into coaching, and here I am.
I love it, man.
But what direction do you think that you would, you know, kind of go in? Kind of same deal, like hit the local market, you know, try to change up the content, and, you know, what direction would you take it in?
I would try to just do your life, dude.
Yeah.
100%. The thing that is going on right now is the thing that's the most relevant.
Oh, I got some pain to talk about too. And the thing I did want to talk to you about too, real quick, the guy that I told you about that was interested in the AI stuff, you know, I did mention your name and he actually wants to join the group. So I don't know. He wants to get the group information, so I'll probably get him in here.
Let's do it.
His name's Anthony. You'll see him in here. He's hard to miss.
All right. Good shit. Hey, give me a second here. My stream is kind of bugging out. I'm going to pause it real quick. Can I pause it? Or I can change it over to this. Bam! All right. 1 second. 1 second, everybody. All right, we good. All right. That is blurry. All right, now we're back. Boom. All right, let's reset. Tell me more, Patrick. Run that back for me.
All right. So, you know, I was just talking about content. You said make it about my life. Talk about things like I have things. I definitely have things I can talk to. I don't think I'm a boring person. I have a lot that I do in my life, even though it's like some nerdy stuff that's going on. I mean, most of it revolves around, you know, DMing people and shit, but, you know, it's getting the right people to DM me, which is the biggest issue right now. I'm getting a lot of trash leads, and the leads are, what's your source? And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, because they're just looking to purchase.
Yeah, they're like drug addicts. They're like, oh, this is the thing that I need, and all they want is the drug.
So what keeps you from just giving it to them?
I give them my source, but half the time they don't even use it. So maybe there's like a disconnect there. A lot of times I'm like, oh, just give me your source, and I'm like, link in bio, Coach Forged, and like that's it. And I'm like, maybe there could be a better delivery method.
Yeah, the better delivery method is the. You ever been to a mattress store?
Yeah.
Buy a mattress, right? You go in there, you lay on the bed, and the salesman that sits there and tells you about how great your night's sleep is going to be, and all the fucking awesome benefits of the woven spring, whatever the fuck, right? And they sell you on this dream. And then you pay a fortune for a mattress, and they come back and deliver it. And what they don't tell you is that it's actually a fucking whole process after you purchase, with the whole delivery and the recycling of the old mattress, and there's a fucking tax on the delivery, whatever, right? It's kind of a nightmare. So what Miguel is doing, right? Going back to what he ran away from. He's gonna press on the pain, right?
Yeah.
He's talking to the people that he left that are in not great health. The people that you want to connect with, though, are not exactly those people. You want people that are active, that are already doing the thing, correct?
I kind of rather focus on overweight people, because if people are already in shape, I think they're going to be a harder demographic to go after, much harder demographic. So I honestly kind of want similar as well, like maybe like the office worker that's like 50, 60 pounds overweight, struggling to keep up with their family, tired when they get home from work. Like that's exactly who I was.
Where did you work before?
Social Security. I worked for the federal government.
Oh man.
It was a shit show.
Oh man, there's some content right there.
Yeah, Patrick, if you talk to those guys, dude, those are the same people that are on The Office telling themselves that they don't have fucking time. So,
always.
Like, literally going into what you were just saying with your old coach, or with your other coach and stuff, going into it with those people that lived, or living the lives that you lived, because you said you worked behind the desk for like 16 years.
Yeah.
Dude, literally just going, like you said, not niching down, but going for that audience. I'm sure you're going to be able to sell to them, and that's the kind of demographic you're going for anyway, because they're easier to sell. And they're also not knowing about peptides.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that don't know about peptides. That's a good point.
I think, yeah, you get a handle on them for sure, dude, especially with their content.
The thing that makes it harder to sell for me, and I might need to do it, is I might need to make my own research company. And like what we talked about too, and this might be a question for Daniel, is a payment processor. We need a payment processor, so we're not jumping around and destroying every single bridge with Venmo, PayPal, all those other things. Because there are payment processors that work with people like us that would have a research company.
Wait a second. Sorry, I didn't get to close my thought on the whole mattress thing. So
yeah, you go on.
Yeah. So I think where the potential mistake is selling the fix. Right? You're selling the fix. You're selling the product. But the thing that you actually want to do is you want to coach them. You want a comprehensive thing, right? Like you want to be able to sell them the items, but then you also want to have this retainer probably per month that covers every other aspect, right? Food, training, mobility, I don't know, mindset shit, right? Like this whole this full income. So that is the really good night's sleep. The optimization of your life. Oh yeah, by the way, we're going to get you there faster because I have extensive knowledge on these things that you inject into yourself.
Yeah.
We're going to speed up the process because you don't have time. You just told me you're at work 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Then you get called in on the weekends. Then you got to go home and you have 2 kids. Like, you don't have, so we have to use these things, dude. Or it's going to take a fucking eternity. Okay, all right. All right. Tell me more. Tell me more. Right? So I think you gotta sell the end goal, right?
Yeah.
Sell the product. Don't sell the tool. Sell the
So just-
yeah. If you did fucking roofs, right? If you were a roofer, sell Sell me a roof that is not gonna have any leaks in it. That's good for the next 30 years. Don't sell me the fucking nail gun and the shingles to do all the fucking work.
So how would you handle the DM that's like, Daniel, what's your source? I want peptides. What's your source? That's literally
I'd say yeah, no problem, dude. I got one of the best sources in the country right now. What's your goal?
That's usually what I go. I'm like, what is your goal?
Yeah, what do you look?
What,
What are you looking for? I got a few different sites. What are you looking for? Oh, you're looking for that? Okay, so you're looking to put on some muscle? Okay, well what just so I know, so I can lead you in the right direction. What have you done so far that has gotten you to this point that you're no longer satisfied? Well, I tried this, that, and the third. Okay, yeah, great. Look, I'll totally hook you up with these products. But just as like a little added bonus, if you just focused on X, Y, and Z while you were taking this, I think you're going to get like way better results. So you know what we should do? Go ahead, put in your order, send the screenshot so I know that it went through. I'll even call up the company, tell them to put a rush on this, and then as soon as they show up, let's jump on another meeting. And then let's put a plan together for the next 7 days. And after after 7 days, if you are not satisfied, then I'll back off. You can just go for it. But after that, so that's kind of what you want to do, right? You sell them this end result, and then what I always do is, if you're not, dude, you don't have to pay. Let's see how far we can get you before you pay any money. That is a golden statement to a client. Let's see how far we can get you before you pay me any money. And let's put a 7-day cap on it, right? We do that. We meet every single day, 7 days a week. You do this, and on day 8, if you're not happy with the progress, then that's it. Cool, go our separate ways.
Yeah.
But if you want to continue, then it's this much a month.
That could work. Or could people take that up? I mean, it sucks if you have to write a plan and then they leave after the 7th day because they already got a plan.
How hard is it to write a plan?
It's not that hard, but it's like it's just. I think it's something. It's almost like you want to gatekeep it a little bit because the entire plan, the exercise plan, the workout plan. I feel like that's like a big part of the coaching as well as the accountability.
Patrick, they're not paying you for the fucking plan, man.
Yeah.
They're not paying you for the plan. The plan is not enough. My whole community is free. All the shit is free.
Yeah.
And people still pay me money. You want to know why? Because the plan's not enough. They need accountability. They need you. They need you to put your hands on them and force them to the next step. That is what they're paying for. Dude, give them the fucking plan. To even tell them, I'm going to write you a plan for free. They're going to go, for real? What if I don't want? No, it's free, dude. Take it. But if you want help implementing the plan and you want to make sure this plan actually works and that you get to the result, let's do it. It's a mindset thing, man. All sales is and I'm a terrible salesman, but my business mentor, who's a great salesman and trained all of my guys, says that sales is the language of persuasion and I forgot the last one. That's what it is. Sales is the language of persuasion and influence. They know they have a problem. They know they have a gap. Your goal is to position yourself through the conversation as the solution, as the fill to the gap.
Okay.
And that's just in the conversations. It's not in your skill as a practitioner, as a coach. Because you have the best products. The thing that you need to focus on is just the conversations that you're having with people. And here is a great one. Put in. Do you record any of the coaching calls that you take?
Yeah.
Like the sales calls or working with people, going to potentially work with someone?
Yeah, I got Fathoms of those.
Beautiful. Load those up into Claude, right? And then go up against it. Say, these are the people that I have not been able to close. Drill me. Teach me where did I go wrong on this? Right? And then, I've done this before, where I will literally give Claude a situation, and I'm going to try to sell you this. It's awesome. You used to have to do it with people. Now you can just do it with AI. We used to wake up at 6 a.m. My company, Josh isn't on here, but we had two salesmen when we first started. We had Josh, Cole, and then my COO, David. We would wake up at 6 a.m. every single morning, and we would drill sales calls. I wouldn't drill. I would just be like the person getting sold. And they would have to try to sell me or David every single morning. And
Damn.
yeah. Because we were not good at it. And the only way I know how to get good at something is to fucking drill it every single day. And so that's what we did. And it worked. And they got really, really good at sales. And so, but now you have AI to be the person. You can just go up against it. You can also, dude, it costs you nothing to hire a salesperson. I didn't know that when I first started.
Oh, like a setter?
No, someone to literally take the sales call for your service, not you.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I don't sell anything in my program. Nobody talks to me for money. I have people that I have hired and trained. Josh, that's my main guy. He lives in Houston, Texas, and he takes all of the people that are potentially interested in the program, and he talks to them about it, and he sells them. I don't sell anything. And so what you do is you can just find someone who's in high ticket sales. It's very difficult. It's just like a lucrative thing where people have done high ticket sales before. And then you pay them 20% of all the cash they collect.
Yeah.
It's a rev share. It costs you nothing, and you don't have to do the sales process anymore.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it's too easy, dude. The first place I would do it, I would get on your story and say, I'm looking for a high ticket salesman. DM me if you have any experience in sales. And then we can even hook you up with our script. Like we have a sales script. I have a sales script for AI. I have a sales script for six-figure posing coach. I have a sales script for Instagram for retards. There's nothing to gatekeep. You can have it.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Anybody can have it. It's literally, and there's no secrets. There's no reverse psychology or anything. It's literally just interviewing a person with questions to get to the pain point, to get to the gap, to get to the need. And then you say, well, this is what we have. Are you interested? And if you match those things up, boom, cha-ching, everyone benefits.
That's awesome. No, I would be very interested in that, and I would take a look at that and apply it to what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'd put up a story tonight. Sick. Zoom user. Dave Matthews Band fan 69 at yahoo.com. I think I got that right. All right, we're back on Instagram. All right, Zoom user. How you doing, man? We haven't talked in a minute. Do you have Instagram? You're muted. Welcome back to the stream, Instagram people. All right, hit me. 60 people on this stream. Hit me with a question.
Yeah, no, I haven't been posting lately.
How can I help you tonight?
I mean, really, I'm just listening to all the different things.
You're
trying
listening.
to source some information.
You're listening to all this stuff. All right. What's your biggest friction point with social media or business at current moment?
I'll say just fucking mindset, man.
Oof. If that is not the most important one, I do not know what is. Mindset. All right. What's up? What lies are you believing about yourself?
I really don't think the lies. It's just whenever you just have everything just, I don't want to say going wrong, but like it's just sometimes it's easy to not be able to block out, I guess you say, all the negativity that
Noise.
can go on with dealing with people.
Noise.
Yeah, no, it's 100% noise because I'd say that's my main friction point is noise.
All right. There is a great, I don't know if it's an analogy, but there's a thing that I heard from Kevin O'Leary, one of the Shark Tanks, and it was a reference from Steve Jobs. And he said Steve Jobs was the owner of, the inventor of Apple, the iPhone, all the awesome shit. The thing that he said he was great at was being able to separate the signal from the noise. And the signal is all the things that you have to do in a given day. And the noise is everything competing for your time that's keeping you from doing those things. Quick little analogy, bodybuilding, right? I'm a bodybuilder. Bodybuilding is not fucking hard at all. All you have to do is train, eat, and sleep. That's it. There's really nothing else to do. The reason bodybuilding is challenging for people is because of all the fucking noise that keeps you and takes your time away from sleeping, eating, and training. You gotta go to work. You gotta deal with your ex-girlfriend. You go to school. You work a graveyard shift. Like there are, your family doesn't support you. You got a crazy ex-wife. All of this stuff would compete for your time from doing the thing that you need to accomplish. And how do you separate the signal from the noise? You separate the signal from the noise with the mindset. Exactly the thing that you're struggling with. So that makes sense. So tell me this. I think perhaps you are in the gym right at this moment. Is that correct?
Yeah, World Gym.
Okay, awesome. And going to the gym, that's something you do for yourself, right?
100%.
What else do you do for yourself?
That's a good one.
That's the start. That is the start right there. I will give you a little secret that's not a secret at all. But I firmly believe that your income is direct, or value, maybe that's a better word, your value. And if it is measured by income, that's the way you can measure it, or follows or likes or whatever you can. But your value increases significantly the more things that you do for yourself. For example, one of the things I hate fucking doing is waking up at 6 a.m. I hate waking up at 6 a.m. But my company runs better. I run better. I don't have bags under my fucking eyes when I wake up at 6 a.m. Why? Well, that means that I have gone to bed at a reasonable hour so that waking up at 6 a.m. allows me to do to be as productive as I can. So that I have to do that work in the evening to set myself up for success. And that's probably the single greatest thing anyone can do for themselves as like to help with their mindset is go to bed like a boss, wake up like an employee. So what you do is before you go to bed at night, you get a piece of paper or a notebook or your phone, whatever, and you're going to write out hour by hour all the things that you have to accomplish. Literally for all the hours you're awake from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. or whatever it is, and try to assign a task to every single one of those hours. It's probably going to seem really monotonous at first, and there are probably going to be gaps. Like, put something in there, even if it's scroll on my phone. That was one of the greatest things I ever put in my schedule was guilt-free scroll time. Guilt-free scroll time and it's literally where like I find all the best trends. It's when I am like in the like best mindset for creating content, but literally schedule out these things or schedule out all the things you need to do, but prioritize the things that you do for yourself. Prioritize the thing. If you go.
No, I was gonna say, I mean, that makes a lot of sense, and that's kind of good to where something like that I've been saying, well, I need to do that because pretty much how I go is everything's controlled chaos. Like, all right, here I wake up, I know I got to do all this shit. I haven't been able to get, a steady fucking time. So, I mean, it's pretty much just wake up and fucking, controlled chaos all fucking day.
Yep, I know exactly what that feels like, man. To wake up and just get fucking firebombed by life. It fucking sucks. And so we just got to work something in before that, or something you can do for yourself that keeps that from impacting your day, dude. What do you do for a living again? Do you drive truck?
No, I'm in real estate.
Oh yeah, that's right. You used to be a pipe fitter, and now you're a real estate agent.
Correct.
That's right. Okay, so do you like creating content on social media?
I do probably more than I like real estate, to be honest. I mean, real estate's one of those things. I enjoy real estate as far as, like, let's say, a pillar of wealth. As far as, like, being an agent and having to deal with people, having to deal with other agents.
Yep.
It's not something that I particularly care for. I think I like the sales aspect because I've never had a sales job. So that kind of fits into it, but it's one of those things as far as being an agent, it's not nearly what it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, we talked about this last time. It was, you want to get into the gym so you become a personal trainer. That's the mindset, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But yeah, if you don't enjoy that part of it, then there's no sense in doing that part of it. Where I really do think you have a lot of opportunity, though, while you're trying to figure shit out, is with the pipe fitting story that you have. Like, just all of that stuff is very, very relatable. Speaking from like a blue collar perspective, talking about all the things that funny things, life lessons that you learned being a pipe fitter, that kind of shit, man, is really gonna resonate with people. And I really do think you should try to lean in on that. I'm sure you have tons of stories. Do any of those guys use Instagram that you used to work with?
Yeah, but the hardest thing about a lot of those stories is, I mean, it's literally two different worlds. Like, as far as that world and the actual world.
It can't be any different than bodybuilding from the actual world. We do weird shit.
Okay. Sure. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And
I get what you're saying about as far as basically creating a story, because that's what's hooking them. And I was going to ask you, because you keep mentioning hooks. Okay, so I'm guessing the algorithm basically works like, okay, you have to be able to hook them within the first couple seconds, and then it basically goes off watch time.
correct.
If they're hooked in for a certain amount of time here, let's say, 5-10 seconds, then it's going to show to more people versus to where if it has a high click-through rate from, let's say if they show it to 10 people and they click through the motherfucker, they're going to stop showing it pretty much, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes, the hook is very, very important. But the easiest way to make a hook is you got to have three things, okay? I'm going to give you 2 tips here. The 3 things you need for a hook. You need, wait, what? Huh? Tell me more. Okay? If you can hit those 3 things, wait, what? Huh? Tell me more, you're going to nail it. All right? Now, the easiest way get those three things is whenever you're telling a story about being a pipe fitter, right, or a thing you learned being a pipe fitter, or one of the craziest things you ever saw about being a pipe fitter, you're going to take the most hyperbolic thing that you say. For example, I made a reel a couple, maybe like 2 weeks ago that said it was about how I let myself get scammed by I let myself get scammed by an Instagram account recovery specialist. And I let myself get scammed because I had this urge, like it was a gamble. Right? It's like a gambling addict's like, oh man, like I have $200 right here. If I just win this bet, then I make my money back and then some. It was the same thing. I was like, okay, it's $200. If I get my Instagram account back, I'm going to make, like, it's worth it, right? It's worth the $200. So I might as well just chance it. And so the thing I compared it to, I said, it felt like banging a hooker. And so that was the thing that I put right in the front. I was like, it felt like banging a hooker. And then at the end, I talk about how like I've never even banged a hooker before, but it was just like an absurd thing that made people go, wait, what? And then, huh? And then tell me more.
Well, yeah, because it's all about sitting there like people are like, you know, what the fuck? It's a pattern interrupt because they're not used to it. They're not expecting it.
Correct. That's what makes all the Allstate commercials about, what is it? This is mayhem. This is mayhem like me, right? It's a tree going through a windshield or a tree falling on a house or some shit's on fire. And it's chaos, right? And that's what they have chosen to use as their hook. You can use humor, you can use hyperbole, you can use props, right? There's no reason anyone should ever have a vape this big.
Well, no, I think that's beautiful. Like, I think you had the one, what is it, with the oversized vape. You had, I think it was like your desk, but you also had the fucking walking treadmill. I thought, like, just the combination of them threw it all off because you're looking at it and it's like, it's complete chaos.
Which I learned from the first time where I don't know if you followed me back then, but I would eat food on a cutting board in my car. And I would make reels. And I would just like sit there and like, I would like put things on sauces and things on my food and, you know, take bites of things. And in between bites, I would just talk. That's what made my account, that's how like I got the most followers ever, was doing those eating in my car videos.
That's insane.
Yep. But if you got good stories, man, you can do anything.
Because that's all it's about. It's about the storytelling.
It's about the storytelling and the way you tell good stories. Yeah, there's like an art to storytelling. It's not really that complex. Beginning, middle, and fucking end. Just like you would tell a story at the bar, drinking with your buddies, like that. People think there's like some secret story writing template, and I'm sure there are. But I just pretend like I'm trying to catch up with a friend that I haven't seen in a while, and I want to really tell them this story. So I give it every detail, but I make it brief because we're in a loud place, and like it's just like literally. And then I put the most exciting part right in the front. And so that's the storytelling framework. But the only way you're going to be able to tell that story well, and the only way you're going to get views, is if you put yourself in an environment where your words just flow. For me, I could not just sit here like I am right now and talk to a camera and say all the things that I wanted to say. I would stutter over my words. I would, fiddle fuck the thing. Like, it was just terrible. And so I realized that when I was in my car or when I was eating food, for some reason, I could articulate things better. I felt like I was funnier, and I could tell better stories. So then I just started filming myself eating food in my car, telling stories. Same thing in here. I sit in at this desk all the time, and I walk on my treadmill, and I talk to my computer. And so I was like, well, I might as well I'm pretty comfortable doing this now. I might as well just film a reel of me talking like I do every single night in front of this computer. And it was really easy for me to then articulate my words, just like it was back in the car. So you just got to find your spot, man. You got to find your spot. You got to find your activity, whatever it is, and then you just let it flow. And if you can't find a spot, the easiest thing to do would just be to do B-roll videos where you just do a voiceover. That's another really easy way to start posting about your life or things that you've learned, is just video your day, like literally events throughout your day, and then come home and write a funny ass story about the day, or a sad story, or an whatever, or maybe it was just a boring ass day. You know what's real, and you write a story about that, and you try to find the humor. And you know what's really relatable about a boring ass day? Fucking everything, because everyone has a boring ass day from time to time. Right? Everyone also has a really shitty day from time to time. Dude, I literally started crying today in my car. I don't really understand why. I was watching this thing on what's his name? Mendoza. Fernando Mendoza, #1 overall pick for the NFL. And like I was like watching it. It was like literally making me cry, and I couldn't figure out why. And then like I got all sad, and I was thinking about my kid. And then I walked into the gas station to buy something, and the attendant just like straight up gave it to me for free. He was just like, "You can just have that." And I was like, and they were like fucking around with the register, and apparently whatever I purchased was not valuable enough for them to actually charge me. And I was like, "Dang!" I was like, I was just kind of having a shitty time, and now I just got this for free. It was an icy, by the way, and a Slurpee, and yeah, it was really cool. And so I could come home and I could write a story about that shit, and then hit post.
Because at the end of the day, but it's pretty much all about relatability and selling a story, because that's all it is.
It's all it is. It's all it is, my man.
Cool.
All right, who else we got on here? Corey? Is Corey still on here? No, he had to jump. Hunter, Patrick, what else? What else we need to talk about, man? I can hit the chat. See if the chat's got any questions. I'd always neglect them. All right, chat, let's see what you got.
Miami.
Miami was cool. I realized that I am actually... I'm a West Coast guy, 100%. Censoring comments, that's dumb. But yeah, I'm definitely a West Coast guy. I got denied at 2 restaurants because I was wearing a tank top. And I was actually warned about that. Apparently, in the tech world, they're trying to make Miami like the new hub. Which is cool. I could never live there though, because I'm fucking terrified of hurricanes. I don't know how people fucking do that. But anyhow, everyone. So they're trying to make Miami like the new tech hub, and everyone's in suits. They're all dressed really nice and stuff. And so I looked like me, and I got turned down from 2 restaurants, which is totally cool. Like that's their vibe, but. In San Francisco, where I was during the Super Bowl, I had no problem getting into any restaurants, especially like really fancy ones, dressing the way I dress. And I also realized that I like the time zone way better on the West Coast than the East Coast. But yeah, productive trip. All right, let's hit some questions here. What is that? Tips on spicing up your love life with your lady. Yeah, no problem. Let me open it up to the Zoom people here. Anything to spice up the love life. I'm 9 months. I'm 9 months clean from women. I actually just saw in Miami. I saw my first pair of boobs in 9 months at a club that I got invited to. I was unfazed. Usually, that would have probably sparked some stuff, but I was unfazed. All right, hit me with some. How do I spice up my love life?
Who's going, or is it me?
Yeah, you're on it. You said said you got all the moves.
So things that I have done to spice up my love life. I think you can implement toys in the bedroom. That's something that I enjoy as far as.
Wow. All right.
I don't use stuff on me, but like I'm saying, on the misses. There's other fun stuff.
I really feel like they should. I feel like they should change the name. Like the word toy, like what, like that.
Like like Legos.
Yeah, like
Micro machines.
is there a better word for that? Toy.
Or massagers or something. I mean, there's a whole slew of things.
Yeah, I know, but so it's just weird that like the two things that I associate toys with are are sex or fucking race cars. You know, fucking yeah, Legos. All right, well,
Hey, that might be fun. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Role play. Just keep it. Think of something to keep it interesting. It doesn't have to be boring. Like you can laugh while having sex. You can like the whole role playing thing can be fun. It doesn't need to just be the same positions. Try a different position. I don't know. Like go to your favorite restaurant and have sex in the car.
wow, yeah,
Be creative.
he's got it. This guy,
Be creative.
that's what you should be doing with your life coaching. There is
I'll do that.
that'd probably motivate people to get in shape.
That's a good point, actually.
All right. Well, Patrick just gave us a school lesson there on spicing up the bedroom.
No one else has anything. Am I the only one?
I think you might be the only one, man.
I'm
Yes, sir, I am.
brave enough to speak.
All right. Here's a good one that all of us can answer as well. Any advice for a 19-year-old who's not sure what to do in life? 19 years old, so you probably just got out of high school. College probably seems fucking treacherous, going right back into school. There's always the military, if you're lacking structure. Or what? What else can people do? I did military and college. What did you guys do? At 19.
Get in the trades.
You got to, yeah, okay, so you went to trades, and that's where you became a pipe fitter? Why is that the one?
Yes, sir.
If you could change your trade, or keep the same one, what would you do?
Well, I mean, I just wouldn't have made poor life choices at an early age that kind of more or less pushed me in that route.
But like, would you have been like a welder or like was pipe fitter? Is like pipe fitter like the highest paying one? Is there one that would be that would provide a better quality of life?
No, well, no. I mean, it's something I just would have never got into any of it. I just made some bad life choices whenever I was younger, and I made it pay the most, and that's pretty much it.
So what do you mean? Like you made bad life choices? You like go to jail or something?
Yeah, a couple times.
Okay. So what did that keep you from doing? Getting a job other than a trade? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, whenever I was younger, yeah.
You were unemployable.
Yes. Yeah. Well. Yeah. And I mean, if you think about how times were, let's say, early to mid 2000s, they were a lot different than they are now. Weed was a big thing. Now nobody gives a shit. You know what I like? I mean, a lot of things that they used to care about, fucking nobody gives a fuck anymore. You know what I mean?
So you got in trouble for weed?
Yeah, that and some other shit.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say that let's say you didn't make poor life choices. What would you have done? And it's 2026. You're 19 years old. You just graduated from high school. You don't have very much money. You got maybe halfway supportive family. What are you gonna do?
I mean, as far as like a quick route, probably
I know what
probably insurance.
Insurance.
Yeah.
All right, I know what I would do. I would try to find a person that you respect that is doing something that you potentially want to do at a high level and go work for them for free. For free. Go fucking work for them for free. And if you
That's exactly what I would do too.
yeah. Like I would, let's see, if I was 19 right now, I would call up I don't know. For some, like I would try to go get into the Hormozy realm. I'd go try to find a job at fucking acquisition.com or be an intern for some project they're doing. Like being free help is one of the greatest things you could do for a founder or for somebody that you want to work for. I did it with John with J3U. I think I did. Maybe I didn't. But yeah, man, working for free underneath somebody or hiring somebody that to learn from, fantastic idea. It'll help you just skip steps. And then I'd probably do that power washing thing. Have you guys seen that? Where you power wash dumpsters? Yeah, you go around to neighborhoods and you charge people $30 to power wash their trash cans. Because, they get all gross and nasty and stuff. Yeah. And then
the bin cleaning.
Yeah, and then you could even have them as a nice little nicety because you're such a good businessman. You could have them bring their trash cans from inside their house, and you do those too, free of charge. Because I know that kitchen one is nasty, Nancy. I know it. Bring it on out here. I'll clean it up for you. It'll be smelling great. I would go do that. I could just wheel my little power washer around, spray some shit. That's what I would do. That's what I would do if I was 19. All right, see what other questions we got. Any advice? Oh, okay. I get this one all the time. This is a cannabis one. All right. Does anyone here smoke weed, or is it just me? Just me? All right. Here's my take on cannabis and getting things done and not being a lazy stoner. I have never had the effects that people traditionally talk about when it comes to cannabis, like the melt into the couch, or he took a dab and he wandered off into the forest. Like, I've never had any of that. The only thing I have ever only negative thing I've ever had from marijuana is there are some strains that will give me I call it hyper awareness, but I also get a little bit more nervous. So I'm super aware, but I'm really nervous, and if I'm not careful, I'll start to spiral a little bit. But other than that, all of the cannabis that I consume actually keeps me nice and centered and focused, and I have really no negative effects other than that little nervousness that I get sometimes. Before a workout, I really enjoy it, which some people think is crazy, but I can just feel things better. Like, the mind-muscle connection is 10 times better. Sometimes I do get a little bit spacey, and I'll forget to load one side of the bar, but that doesn't happen that often anymore. But yeah, that's about it. I prefer it over alcohol, that's for sure. But yeah, it's only been a net positive for me. I'm sure at some point I'll be I guarantee you in 30 years, I'm going to be I should have never done that. I can't believe I smoked that much weed. Whatever. You live and learn. But yeah. All right. Let's see if there's any more questions. All right, Anthony. Yep, fucking same. Bipolar guys and cannabis unite. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what keeps us sane. That's probably is correct. That's the one thing that it does do, is it allows me to tolerate society much easier. All right, thank you guys. Favorite strain? I like this one called Super Silver Haze, I think it's called. The whole influencer thing really kind of screwed my cannabis experience, because I was in the Army till I was 32 years old, so I'd never even really done it before, and I was excited to learn about it, because I know there's lots of cool things that can be done with it, and I think it's a really neat medication, and I don't know. I just think it's cool, and I wanted to learn about it, almost like how people like learn about wine or something like that. And I never really got around to it. And then before I knew it, my Instagram started doing really well, and people just started sending boxes of it. And so now I have so much that it's like that Netflix conundrum where it's like, there's so much here. I don't know what to do. I don't know which one to learn about for, and then I just do nothing. So yeah, if anyone can help me with that, that'd be cool. I would like to learn more about it and how it can help. And I don't know. I just think it's a really cool thing. All right. We've gone for an hour. I'm going to cut us off there unless anyone else has any questions. I'll stay on for 30 seconds. If nothing heard, we will see you on Tuesday. Nothing heard, nothing heard. All right. Okay. Wow. A lot of more bedroom questions. We will we will continue the bedroom talk on Tuesday. So simply too deep. Yeah. This group might turn into something wild. All right. We'll see you guys Tuesday. Peace.